Hey guys, welcome back to North Star Coasters, and today I'm doing a coaster countdown of the top 5 roller coasters at Adventureland. Adventureland is located in Altoona, Iowa. It's not too far from Des Moines, and it's a pretty small but pretty charming park. I enjoy my time here. They have an okay collection of roller coasters. In this video, I'll go through all of them based off my opinion. So let's get started. Hope you guys enjoy the video. To start things off at number 5, we have Dragon. And it was made by... oh, we're off to a bad start. Anyways, this coaster looks sketchy, and it really was kind of sketchy because it actually shaked every time it hit the lift hill. So yeah, this chain lift is super long too, and this coaster is pretty rough, I'm gonna say. This coaster made my head a lot, and I did hear if you sit in the back row, it's not as bad, but I sat in the front row and it was horrible. So do not sit in the front row on this coaster at all. It is not worth it. Anyways, this coaster has a pre-drop, which is pretty unusual for a Vekoma looper, but I think it's alright. It's not really the best, but here we go onto the first drop, which is actually a pretty decent first drop. It has great forces, it has great airtime, and this first loop is also pretty decent as well. It has great hang time and it's smoothish. But now this second loop, it gets rough right here. This loop is just unforgiving. And if you thought that was enough, we got 2 forceless helix, and they're just bad. Overall, I really hate this coaster. Some people like it, and I can respect that. But other than that, guys, this is just a bad coaster. I do not recommend it. At number 4, I have Tornado, the old wooden coaster. This is the oldest coaster in the park, and it definitely shows its age because it is a bit rattly. I'm saying that because it's old and the track profiling is a bit off, but overall it's actually a pretty decent ride. It goes really fast at 58 miles per hour, which is pretty impressive for an old wooden coaster. However, it is a bit rough when it goes that fast, and overall it's just a nice retro styled roller coaster. This first drop is pretty decent in my opinion. It's not really the smoothest thing in the world, but it gets the job done. And this first airtime hill has no airtime, and it pauses for like the longest time before it goes back down finally into another airtimeless hill. The first hills you go through really have no airtime, but this part right here is probably one of my favorite parts. I like how it goes through the supports a little bit. It's really thrilling in that way. And this turnaround is slow, but you know, every single turnaround on a wooden roller coaster is slow. And as you head back to the station, we have more airtime hills, which actually do give a fair amount of airtime. They're pretty decent airtime hills, but they're not anything to write home about. But it's still worth checking out. But it does have one train ops, which is annoying. So if it's busy out, be prepared to wait a little bit. But it's still pretty classic, so overall, it's decent. Number 3 is Phoenix, and it's a newer coaster. It's the newest coaster in the park, as of 2019. And I didn't get a chance to ride this one, unfortunately, because it was busy and it had a huge line. But it looks pretty fun from the POV. I heard people like this coaster a lot, and it looks pretty smooth. And I bet it is really smooth. And that's the only credit I wish I gotten at this park, because it does look amazingly fun. It's a great family coaster, but if you're a coaster enthusiast, there's plenty of other thrill rides in this park. So this is not like a must or anything, but it's still worth checking out in my opinion. It's definitely one of the best spinning coasters because it's not like the Pandemonium rides. So that is Phoenix at number 3. At number 2 we have Outlaw, the wooden CCI coaster built in the 1980s I believe. And it's a bit rattly, but believe it or not, I actually had a pretty fun time on this one. I only rode it once though because the line was super long. But my favorite part about this coaster is the buzz bars on the seats. It gives you a lot of airtime, like there's like no limits when it comes to this one. It isn't as fast or intense as like Renegade or anything, but it's still like it's still pretty decent I think. The airtime is actually pretty good, surprisingly. I did not expect any airtime out of this coaster, but I was pleasantly surprised. And this curved drop it's pretty good, but it's not super thrilling or anything. And this part is a little rough, and they kind of dive through the supports a bit, which I enjoy. And we get some airtime right here, and the nice turns, more airtime, And this coaster, I still can't believe how much airtime I got on this one. It was super fun, and I totally recommend checking this one out more than once because it's definitely re-rideable. I only rode it once because of time I had to do at this park, but yes, overall I think Outlaw is pretty underrated in my opinion. I still think it's a great roller coaster. It's definitely making my top 10. So there's Outlaw at number 2. At number 1 we have Monster, the Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. And this coaster by itself is worth the drive out to Adventureland. It was that good. First of all, this drop has a beyond a vertical drop and it is thrilling. It is also very forceful. And this turn is insane. I love this turn. It's kind of an inversion I guess, but not really. But now I get to the good stuff, and that is this loop-de-loop right here, which has a ton of hang time to it. This loop is probably my favorite loop so far. And we get to another turn which is also very intense. And we pop back up for some more airtime into the second inversion, which I love this inversion. I'm not sure what it is, but it's fun. And then we go through another turn into a corkscrew, and that's basically the whole ride. I wish it was longer, but as it stands, this is one of the top 3 roller coasters right here. It is fun. Definitely worth checking out. So what was your favorite roller coaster at this park? Let me know in the comment section below, and do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Also, it would be amazing if you could hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome, and you can be notified on my latest releases. Other than that guys, thank you for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you next time on North Star Coasters.